Welcome back to my channel. I am your host, G.I. Wingnut. Today, I'm doing a sidetrack video here. I want to show you how I map dust bunnies to make connections. You'll notice in the description that the first link there is a video to a story that I'm going to run down the background connections on. I'll let you go and check out the story for yourself, but we are going to touch on it, and I'll show you how, once I get my hands on a story, how I run the background on it. So let's go ahead and get on into this lesson. Okay, so as an advocate against domestic and sexual violence and human trafficking, I tend to watch for the abuses that happen in churches, especially these Americanized, charismatic evangelical churches. So let's take a look at this real quick. We got Steve Riggle's Grace Church pays $2 million to settle lawsuit for teen abuse in sleep. Like I said, I'll let you go check that other video out to get the details on the story, because I really don't want to get into it. I just want to show how I do my cross research. So I've mentioned before the IHOPKC situation. And this is from the Royce Report. Again, the links are all down below so you can follow my work. You know, show your work, just like in school, right? So we've got this Royce Report coming out of the IHOPKC about its founder, Mike Bickle. My local senator is rather surprised that this dude's still walking around on the streets as a free man. But anyway, it goes on further into Christianity Today, which is linked below, about this accusation here. So let me go into what it is I already knew and where it ends up leading me, because it got me to a place that I didn't expect when I was running down the background on this one. Okay, so for starters, I happen to know that Mike Bickle is one of those New Apostolic Reformation preachers. And so that tells me for sure that he's a Trump supporter. So I go and pull up this verification. It just so happens that I also ran across information from Lance Wallnau, who I just did a video about not long ago. So let's take a look at this link right here first. We got over here at Charisma Magazine, Mike Bickle, how God is using Trump for his spiritual purposes in this hour. Definitely charismatic evangelical New Apostolic Reformation, NAR. Words, terminology. I'm not going to go into the article. It's linked below. But this is just a verification of this article existing, and it's a data point for me. So then we've got Lance Wallnau over here. Mike Bickle is the first one to come out and say what I've been thinking. Namely, too much of our inspirational charismatic rhetoric has been both anemic and insufficient relative to the coming storm. Cue words. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at more data points, and I'll show you where I landed. It wasn't where I expected, but then again, I'm not surprised. So we're going to wind back around to this article, and I was wondering, who is this Grace Church and who is the leadership team? So I decided to look up Grace Community Church, Grace Church in Houston, Texas. And I found their website. I went to it and I found the About page. And I find these names here for the senior pastors. I was like, well, I've never heard of them, but they, run a megachurch. So what else is going on here? Let's see, Dan and Rachel Hunter. I think I know those names, but I'm not for sure. I may have to go back and dig into them. And then Scarpetta, I think I know that name, but I'm not sure. But that's neither here nor there. When I was digging around using my phone, and I had trouble finding what I'm getting ready to show you. When I was digging around on my phone and found what I'm going to show you, I had trouble finding it on the computer. But I had sent the link to myself through an app that I have on my phone and on my computer. So let me show you what I found. Let me show you how I ran down the verification of it. And then we'll get on out of here because I've got a couple of other things to tease. And I'm kind of wanting to keep this video short because the basics really aren't that difficult. For me, anyway. And I'm sure that there's a possibility you may be able to adapt this some to your research style. Also, background information, understanding the patterns and the roots of a movement are important. That's why there's bonus background information listed in the description below. So let me show you what I found. So what I stumbled on my cell phone was this cute little web page right here. And I thought, well, this could be real or it might not be. I couldn't tell for sure. And it was credited as an email newsletter, an e-newsletter. And it was this little detail right here. Here, let me zoom in on that for you. Yeah, National Prayer Breakfast. Pastor Garrett Booth of Houston's Grace Church are as guests at the National Prayer Breakfast this week. So what I did was I noted that it's an e-newsletter, a bulletin, and I noted the date on it. So I went and I looked it up. Brian Babin, e-newsletter, February 9, 2020. And it took me to the website, as you can see here. And I had to dig all the way back to page 26. And I found this right here. And let's see what happens when I click on it. Because this is at babin.house.gov. And is it the same document? It most certainly is. So in the links below, I've in the bonus background information, there is a video in there that references the family. It's talking about this right here, the National Prayer Breakfast and the International Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship, or Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International. Sorry, I got the name wrong the first time. But yeah, and we can see what kind of guy this guy is right here. He's really happy that his dear leader has been acquitted. So yeah, this was an interesting time to be alive as well. Man, I do apologize for a lot of the things I said, nearly everything I said when I was in a cult. Anyway, let me tease a few things for you and let's get out of here. So let me go ahead and reference the video that's linked in the first link in the description. It's not an easy story, but it's very real. I also have linked down in the description Laura's Barbara Marx Hubbard playlist over at Magical Mystery Church. It's great work, and it directly links into what I've been focusing on, what I've been working on. There is another link down there, and I'm going to include it as a food for thought clip on the way out. Again, the link is in the description and the bonus background information. So, yeah, that's how I map dust bunnies. I hope you've enjoyed this. And yeah, take care of each other. Mental health matters. And be sure to drink plenty of water and get plenty of rest, because those things matter as well.
I just wanted to say that I'm old enough to remember this. And in case you're new to my channel, I want you to understand something, that I'm not promoting this person or agreeing, except on this point, she might be right. And what I have found is that what we thought was on our side might not be. In fact, I think they might be worse, because you don't see it coming.
The great story here, for anybody willing to find it and write about it and explain it, is this vast right-wing conspiracy that
worldwide network of organizations and individuals that were dedicated to three overarching goals: New World Order, New World Religion, and a New Age Messiah. And
is this vast right-wing conspiracy that
there was the shared expectancy on the three levels.
Is this vast right-wing conspiracy that
So they're both groups, banners for all cult groups to see, merge behind, and united in an expectation of overthrowing the existing order.
is this vast right-wing conspiracy that
And united in an expectation of overthrowing the existing order.
Everybody